Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here today with Rosie and Rich, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is her ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the puppies when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. You're familiar with our training equipment from your last dog, and we're still using a regular 6-foot web training leash, which Rich keeps the bulk of the leash folded in his right hand. That leaves the left hand free to give any correction that we want to give. And the only correction is a tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. Rosie's going to come home with her very own training collar, and you'll be instructed on how to use it during your follow-up training session. Now, Rosie's sitting nicely at Rich's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. The command is Rosie heel. And at this point, Rosie has a job to do, and that is to stay, even with Rich's left leg, not forging ahead or lagging behind, but walking like a lady, not dragging you. And each time that you stop your feet, she has been taught to sit automatically without being told to wait for her next command. If she doesn't sit, you tell her no and give her a little tug on her training collar. She's tough, believe me, she's not easy. She's a cute little thing and she's funny, but she's a handful, so don't be afraid to correct her. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate is the stay. The stay is a hand and voice command, and it is a one-word command. The long sit stay, you're going to start out with about 20 seconds and work all the way up to 3 minutes. When Rich returns back to her, he walks all the way around her so they're back to where they started. And Rich gives her another heel command. And I know all of this is coming back to you guys as you're watching it, because you did it with your other dog and not a whole lot has changed in traditional dog training. Nice automatic sit. Stay. Another stay. This time, instead of returning all the way back to her, Rich is going to call her. This is the recall or the come on command. Rosie, come. Now we keep our tone very, very easy when we call her. We don't get overly enthusiastic or she comes barreling in at you. So firm and consistent with this girl, because we're developing self-control and maturity, of which she had none when she got here. And I know that we're going to be seeing you again because she's not an easy dog. Stay. And she's grown, I'm sure. Rosie, come. Rich calls her in using a nice gentle tone, praises her when she gets in. She goes back to heel and they go back to heeling. Now this time, with Rosie seated at your left, Rich is going to take his left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, down, and give the one-word firm command to down, stay. And stay. Your long down stay is going to start out at about 30 seconds and work up to 5 minutes. Add about 10 seconds a day as you're practicing with her. Practice indoors and outdoors because she needs this. Rosie, heel. It helps stimulate her brain and keep her calmer. So with her seated at your left, left open palm straight down toward the ground, and the one-word command to down and stay. And you can return back to her, or you can call her out of this as well. Come. Make sure you have her sit when she comes. That prevents her jumping all over you. Good. And the last command that we're going to demonstrate for you is her down from a distance. So Rich is going to get set up for his down from a distance. Stay. Down. Now remember, when you're practicing at home, If she starts to give you a hard time, she starts being really fresh and not listening to your commands, mouthing you, biting the leash, make her complete at least one exercise, even if it's a simple sit, before you put your leash away, because we never want her to think that she's won and that a certain behavior is going to get her out of training. So we're going to be here for you. You're going to need us as she continues to grow and mature. We've enjoyed having her. She's adorable. And thank you again for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.